Hi guys, it's Karina. So I am back with another video tutorial on my template 9. So she does have quite a few videos. So she has 2 video tutorials on my Instagram TV. One for the smallest one that you could do with her, which is roughly around 9-10 inches. And then I also did a tutorial on this one, which is roughly around 13 inches, 12-13 inches as well, on Instagram TV. So just go to my Instagram at Ariel Elise Designs, and then on the top of my profile page you will see the little TV icon. Go ahead and click on that TV icon because I also upload videos on there, so I do have to like I said, on there. And then also on here on my YouTube channel, I have the one for the largest one that you can make, roughly around 17-18 inches. Again, depending how you use the petals, but that's also can be found here. But I figured, you know what, let's go ahead and do around the 15-inch, because with template 9 I also tend to do the 15-inch roughly, so that way each size that I do with the template 9 will have a video tutorial. Now this one right here, like I said, this one is roughly around 13 inches. This is the other one that I shared with you guys on Instagram TV. So this would be the smallest size, guys, that you can make with the template 9. So she doesn't really go any smaller than that. Now I did create a couple years back my template 53, which is a little mini version of her, which is this one right here. I also have a video tutorial on my Instagram TV on her. So this is template 53. So you could either make a roughly around a 4-inch and a 6-inch with this one. So she kind of has that same petal shape, as you can see, that round petal shape. So if you're interested in this little cutie, she can also be found on my template website, www.arielelisedesigns. Now this one is available in hard copy, PDF, and SVG, but for my template 9, guys, just because she is, well, when I first created her, she was, I mean, she's a pretty large template, I think, so she is not available in SVG. Honestly, I don't know if I will or not, just because of the way like the inner petals are shaped. I don't know. I'm still debating whether or not I should create her in SVG, but as of now she is available hard copy, PDF. I just personally, I couldn't really see myself using the cutting machine using her, because I think she's more meant to be hand cut, but definitely for the little cutie, I did create the SVG for her just because the petals are very small and it's very nice to have that Cricut machine cut it for you, again, because it's a lot of petals. But for today, like I said, we're going to be working with template 9, and let me go ahead and show you what the template looks like, because when you get it, you might be a little confused because she comes with different type of, well, the petals are all the same, but they're just different size, but the inner, for the inner rosebud, are a little bit different, and you get quite a bit of them. So I want to go ahead and explain this for you guys. So template 9 was actually one of the very first rose templates that I made myself when I started getting into paper flowers. She's been around, I want to say, almost 5 years, guys, is when I created her, because again, she was one of the first ones. Just because I really, for one, she was inspired by a camellia flower. Now camellias are not really roses, but I somehow made it into a rose just because I love how camellias look with the just Google them. They're gorgeous. I actually have a lot of flowers that are inspired by camellias, the templates, just because, I mean, they're just absolutely beautiful. So this is definitely one of my faves. So I guess you would say she's kind of a camellia slash rose. So you receive 8 of the petals. So these would serve as your outer petals, which would be this right here. And then these, as you can see, I have 3 different sets that will come with the template, and that is your inner center right here for the rose. This, as you can see, like kind of this rolling kind of center. That's because we use this. So I forgot petal right here. So the first size you get, so it comes with 4 of them, okay? And then roughly here with these, you would be making the 9 to 10 inch rows along with the smaller petals here. So again, refer to Instagram TV, guys, because that video tutorial is on there showing you guys how to assemble the 9-10 inch. Then you have the second set of inner rose petals, so this would be roughly around 11 to 13 inches. And then again, that video is on my Instagram TV, and I will show you guys which petals of these you will be using. Okay, so for the 10 and the 11, 13, you get 4 and 4. Okay, guys, so I do separate them. If you get my hard copy, I do paper clip them for you, and then if you get the PDF, I already have it marked as to which one. So if you download that instant PDF and you cut them out, just make sure you kind of clip them together so you don't get them mixed up or write on them, because as you can see, I write all over my petals. And then for today, we're going to be using these larger ones. So these larger ones are roughly for around your 15 to 18 inch rows that you want to make. Now, I am going to tell you this. So when I had first started with her, I was really into 12 by 12 cardstock, which I have a sample here just so you can see. This is a 12 by 12. So typically I use 8.5 by 11, which is this size right here, this is the one we'll be using today. You know, back in the day, guys, when I first started out making order sets, like paper flower sets and whatnot, my sets were large, were huge. That's why, you know, I used a lot of the bigger cardstock. But, you know, times have been changing, and let me tell you, I've said this many times, shipping has gone up ridiculously. I mean, it's very expensive to ship flowers that are large flowers in large boxes. So, you know, back in the day, it wasn't so much. So that's why when I created this larger version, she was only meant to be used with 12 by 12 cardstock, just because these larger petals over here, you'll see why, because you're meant to fold the paper in fourths and to place the petal to cut the inner center. And because these are large, and an 8.5 by 11 will not work. That's why you need a 12 by 12. But I'm going to show you a way how you can get away with using 8.5 and 11. It's going to take a little bit extra work, but if you don't want to get 12 by 12 cardstock, because for one, it can be more expensive than 8.5 by 11, and I think most of us have probably just the standard size 8.5 by 11 cardstock, because I do say it in the description that, you know, for this larger one, you do need 12 by 12. But in this video, I'm going to show you how you can get away with using 8.5 by 11 for the inner row center. Okay, so for today, because we're going to be roughly around 15 inches. I always say roughly, guys, because again, depending how you place your petals and whatnot will determine the size, but roughly. So you're going to need the first 4. So we are not going to be using the last 2. Again, if you want to watch my video on here on YouTube, I do show the larger one using all the 6 inner petals. And then as for your petals here, we are going to be using, so not the first 4, get that one away, and not your last one either, so get her out of the way. So then you need these 3 right here, and we are going to need 8, 8, and 8 of each. As for materials, I will be using 65-pound cardstock. So I am using the Michaels, the red, shades of red. So I am using the darkest color here. So it's like I want to say like a burgundy color. You are going to need scissors. Pencil, of course. Pencil. So I am using the Carbo Titanium for Westcott. Obviously, you're going to need the template. You're going to need a wooden dowel to slightly curl, even though the petals are not curled, which is a nice thing about this, but I do kind of give the inner rose petals a little curl to help shape the cones. You will see. Right now it's like, what? But you'll see. And then you are going to need a glue gun. So I am going to be using my Sure Bonder Mini Detailed Glue Gun with this long old glue stick. So actually you can find this down below. I will have her linked below. I will also, I'll try my best to have everything linked, guys. And if you guys are wondering what I have back here, this is a silicone mat. I just can't, honestly, I just discovered these, guys, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I wish I had this a long time ago. So this is great because if the glue gets on here, guys, you can just easily peel it back off. There's not, you know, I used to work on, honestly, like my bare desk, and then sometimes, well, not this one, but my older desk, it would peel off the paint just because the hot glue would get stuck on there. So these have been wonderful. So I will link a couple below that I like, because I also like Surebonder. Surebonder has a very nice one as well. Okay, so I think we have all the materials that we need, so let's get started. Okay, you guys, so remember we needed the first 4 inner petals for your center. Now, so for the first one, so remember when I told you guys in the beginning that the 15 and 18 inch, the inner rows were meant for 12 by 12. And here I'm going to show you why. Because for the 9 and the 13 inch, those other ones, you can get away with it at 8.5 by 11 because you need to fold it in fourths just like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to place the template, the first one, just like this, and you are going to trace it. So we can get away with the first one because it's smaller, but let me show you this one over here. As you can see, it does not fit. Again, because when I created this template, I used 12 by 12 because that's what I was using a lot, because I was making larger flowers. So obviously 8.5 by 11 folding it in fourths is not going to work for you. So I'm going to show you guys a little something that I've been doing just to get away with using 8.5 by 11. But let me show you the first one because it does work. So you're going to place your template. You're going to get your pencil. Oops. And you are going to give her a trace. Okay. Should have used a white pen. Well, you can kind of see it. Get your scissors. And you are going to go ahead and cut. Now, I definitely recommend a pair of scissors that are meant to be cutting through thick. These are meant to be, you know, to cut through cardboard and whatnot. Because when you're working with cardstock and it's layered, like this one, because obviously we folded it in fourths, it can get a little bit thick. So it's nice to have a nice pair of scissors that can cut through. This is why these are my favorite. So now, as you can see, this is what we want. They are attached, okay? All right, you guys, so on to the other 3. Let me show you how we can use the 8.5 by 11. If you don't mind the work, you can go ahead and do this if you want to get away with the 8.5 by 11. So what you need to do, so I'm grabbing that second one. I traced it and I cut it out 4 times, okay? So I have 4 of them right here. So then what you're going to do is you're kind of going to connect them to create that shape, just like this, okay? So essentially, because remember the first one, they're, as you can see, they're connected. So pretty much that's what you're going to do. And then what you need to do, I'm just gonna get a scrap piece of paper here. I'm gonna cut out a square. So remember, if you want to take this extra step, honestly, I mean, I don't mind it. I don't think it's time consuming. So I'm okay doing this. But some of you might be like, that's too much work, Karina. But if you don't mind the work, this is what you can do. So as you can see, I have them connected. So then I'm going to grab my glue gun. And I am just going to add glue. Okay. Then I'm just going to place this on the top. Just like this, because what that's going to do is just, it's going to connect them. Okay, so that's pretty much it, what you guys are going to do, guys, because now they're attached and I am going to be able to use this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and finish up the last 2 and then I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so I am back. I did all of them just here to show you. So remember, if you want to do that 8.5 by 11, and just do that tip that I just shared with you guys. And yeah, so we are good to go now. So this is where the wooden dowel, at least for me, comes in handy. Now this is an option. You don't have to do this. So grab that first one, the smallest one. And what you're going to do, so I'm going to give these a slight fold. kind of create like a square in the center, rectangle, whatever. So get your wooden dowel, and I am going to give all these ends a curl inwards. Okay. So there we go. So now get two opposite. You are going to intertwine them, and you're going to create that cone. Grab your glue gun, add glue, secure, and then repeat with the other side. Okay, just like that. So now you have these two outer ones. So what you're going to do is add glue, glue. You are going to wrap them around. So I first do the first one, kind of hold it. Let's see if it's gluing, and then wrap the other one around. And then repeat, add glue, glue, and same thing, wrap one around and wrap the other. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay guys, so here's the second one. So I did the same thing where I folded them just to create kind of like that square in the center, and then these ends curled inwards. So then you're going to add the glue to the back, place that first one in the center, hold it down for a couple of seconds. Okay, so now it does not matter where you want to begin. So I'm just going to go with this one. Going to add glue, and you're going to repeat the same process. We are going to wrap these around. So here's the first one. Okay, just like that. I'm going to go around and go to the next one. Going to repeat and glue these around. Next one. Just careful with those fingers. And then the last one. All right, so there's the second one. So now we're gonna go ahead and do the third one. All right guys, so I did start the third one. So you're pretty much doing the same thing what we did with that second one, and you're just wrapping these petals around, and as you can see, she's getting wider. And then we are on to the last one. So I'm gonna go ahead and get her ready. I'm grabbing my wooden dowel. You can get these at any craft store, guys, the wooden dowels. Amazon has a lot of them, but they have them in like big bulks. I don't need that many. So I get these either Walmart or Target. The last batch I got them at Walmart. Michael's has them too. All right, so here is that fourth one. So I'm just gonna add that glue. Place her in the center. Get these glue strings. Right, so you're gonna repeat, add glue to the side. And then glue. Just definitely watch those fingers. Give her a good little rub in. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up, guys, and I will be right back with the petals. All right, you guys, so I have my petals ready to go. So remember, those 3 petals, you need 8 of each. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with that first one. So what you're going to do is you're going to add glue on the bottom. You are going to find a corner, does not matter which corner. you are going to place your petal. And then I always kind of give it a slight fold first. I don't know why I do that, I just always do. And then I'm going to go ahead and add glue to the sides, just like that. And then press. So definitely hold it there for a couple of seconds. So you can see I'm using that finger to smooth it out. Okay, so you will get these little, do you see like these little pieces that are sticking out? So you can definitely get your scissors and snip those right off. Okay, so then you're going to repeat the same process. Now, another thing I sometimes do, again, I try not to use as much stuff, you know, like steps if you don't want to do it, but you could also give the petals a slight curl inwards, because that also helps you, you know, kind of when you're folding it in. So repeat, you're going to place her down. So you're just going around in a circle. And then we are going to go ahead and glue down that petal. So glue to the sides and then push forward. Okay, just like that. And then use those fingers to smooth her down. And then, like I said, if you get these little things, if they bug you, cut them off. If you don't mind them, then just let them be. All right, and then I'm on to the next one. Glue. Find that corner. And then you're going to repeat. So this is pretty much what you're going to do for the rest of the petals. You're just going to be going in between and gluing. So she's definitely not hard, guys, at all. Not at all. But I will say that roses definitely take time and patience. Don't forget, I've been doing this for 5 years. So of course, to me, it comes natural. It comes naturally to me. But definitely, you know, practice makes perfect. If you don't get it the first time, well, definitely don't give up. So I am on to my last one. You know, because I always, whenever I show like my Instagram reels or stuff like that, people, but you make it look so easy. And yes, I mean, it does look easy, because honestly, it comes, again, like I said, it comes natural to me. But again, I've been doing this for 5 years now. So, I mean, yes. And I pretty much make flowers every day. So, it's like my fingers know what to do. All right. And then I'm just going to glue that one right there. And just holding down the glue. Now, I do recommend, guys, for roses, for you to use a very good glue stick that holds very well, because not all glue sticks are the same, guys. Like, they don't hold, adhere the same way. You guys know, if you're a follower of mine, you guys know that I love the Gorilla brand. Wait, does that make sense? Here, let me grab it. Let me show you. The brand Gorilla Glue. So these are the ones that I use. So these are the ones I'm using. They have the longer ones and then the short ones. Right now I'm using the longer ones, and then they have the short ones, and then they have the full size too. So I've been using those. I've also used the Surebonder too. Those are pretty good as well. So I definitely recommend those two brands, Surebonder and Gorilla, but definitely Gorilla I love. All right. So here is those 4. So then you're going to repeat the same thing, guys. So we have 4 more left of the same one. So you are going to add the glue, and you are going to go in between. So place that petal behind. Okay. And then so as you can see, that's what you want right there. So then you're going to add your glue. Just like that. Kind of give like a slight pinch so it adheres to the back of those other petals. And then you're going to repeat, guys, and just finish up the remaining 3 by going around. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back. All right, you guys, so I am back with the next petal size. So I did those first 4. Remember, they were the same size. So now I'm on to the next petal size. Okay, so remember we needed 8, but we are going to start off with 4, and we are repeating the same thing, guys. We are going in between now these 2 petals. So you're going to be placing that petal in the back. All right, so let me show you what the back is looking like. All right, so what's going to happen, guys, is these petals are going to be falling, if that makes sense. So they are going to be getting lower and lower or lower. Essentially, it's going to be kind of flat, if that makes sense. The layers are on the bottom. You know, I've had clients who have gotten this template, and you know, I've gotten messages where they're like, well, it looks weird, but the problem that's happening is they're placing to petals, so they're staying upright, so which is why it's looking funky, I guess you would say. So if you notice that the petals are falling down more, like going flatter and flatter, that's exactly what you want. Because as you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but this petal is sitting lower, and that's exactly what we want. All right, so I have that petal there, and I'm going to go on to the next one. So yeah, so I am going to go ahead and speed this up just because, well, it's pretty much the same thing, guys, what we did with the first 2 layers. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this one up, and I will be right back with you guys. All right, you guys, so as you can see, I finished those 4. So now we are on to the next 4. So it's still the same size, just like this one, but now we need 4. And you are going to repeat the same process of going in between. So just let me show you this one, and then I'll finish her up. So again, go in between. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and add the glue. Then just pinch. As you can see, I'm kind of using this finger over here to kind of pull it back a little bit. And as you see in the video, I'm just giving it the sides a rub just so it adheres to the petal, that back petal. All right, guys, so that is what you're going to do. So you're going to be doing that all around. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up, and I'll be right back. Hi, you guys. All right, so I am down to the last petal. So I did go ahead and start that other petal, the last petal. So we are down to the last 4, as you can see. So you can see here how it's kind of uneven from, because this is that second largest petal, and then the third one is the larger one, obviously. So as you can see, there's a big difference. So this is why I'm doubling up, just because once I put this next petal, let me show you down here. So it's kind of it's going to match up, if that makes sense. Okay. And I just want to show you how the petals are dropping. Do you see that? They're laying down more. So this is exactly what we want for this flower. So I am down to the last 4. And pretty much all the other sizes, guys, are assembled the same way. Just obviously you will be using different size petals if you want to make a smaller one. But like I said, refer to my Instagram TV for the 9-inch, which is the smaller one, 9-10 inch, and then also I have up there the 13-inch, so you guys can see which petals you will be needing to make those other sizes. And then if you want to make the larger one of this one, so again, she's roughly 17-18 inches, that tutorial can actually be found here on my YouTube channel. But like I said, if you want to make that the larger one of these, just follow the same technique like I showed you guys with the inner center of if you want to use 8.5 by 11, because as you saw in the video, it's not hard, guys, if you want to do the 8.5 by 11. It's an extra step, but I think it's definitely worth it if you don't want to use the 12 by 12 cardstock. Okay, so I am just finishing her up. And I really hope that you found this helpful with my template 9, because I know quite a bit of you have this template. So hopefully if you purchase a template and you see it, you don't get intimidating by all the petals. Hopefully this video also explained to you guys, you know, which petals to use and whatnot. And like I said, I will link the materials that I used in this tutorial if you are interested. I will also have the link to the template if you are interested. There will be a discount code too to my template website if you want to purchase any of my templates. And I am down to the last one, guys. Let me show you the back, how it's looking like. Let's get that hot glue. Place her. And we are all done, guys. Oh, she is one of my favorite, guys. Look at her. Oh, I just love her. Love her, love her, love her. So again, guys, this is my template 9. Okay, so if you purchase this template, you'll be able to roughly, this one's roughly around 15 inches, again, depending how you place the petals, you know, if you spread them out a little bit wider. But yeah, I hope you found that helpful. Here's the other one. Look, oh, sorry guys, I just I love this template so much. And remember that if you're interested in the little cuties, there is template 53 who is also available, who it's the little mini version. So you can totally see the size difference here. So with the template 53, you'll be able to make the 4 or 6 inch, and this is available in SVG. Okay, this one, unfortunately, she's only available PDF or hard copy. Okay, so you will definitely have to hand cut her. But yes, if you have any messages, please, you can either DM me on my Instagram. You know, it's better for you to DM me on Instagram than commenting, just because sometimes the comments just kind of go if I'm not up with them. But if you DM me, I'm pretty quick at answering your messages. You can also email me at arielelisedesigns@gmail.com. And then again, if you're interested in any of my templates, please visit www.arielelisedesigns.com. Take a look at the discount code below so you can use that at checkout, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.